Alright, last set here for both of these two players. CharChar's home map, which is Socotra. And yes, the two players have started very, very close together. You could almost push the other's deer. Back Elephants is nice. Where we see any laming, it's Celts and Saracens. I'd like to see either player consider it. The CharChar's coming straight forward. Wants to get some damage in. Wants to steal something. She's about to find berries, which is good. Valtsyuk's being a little bit more calm, but he's going to find berries as well. And probably ask the question if that's his berries. Although he's about to find his own there now. So, both players bring in their elephants. All very nicely done. I can put them both on the same screen at the moment. That's how nice the wide shot isn't even that wide here. We can just look at them both at the same time, see how their builds are going. Hopefully no idle time. CharChar Scout is just hiding at the top of the base here. I am back on capture age, correct? Yes, I didn't mess that up. Thought I had for a moment. And yes, Saracens, hey, confident pick. Powerful from Castle Age. Yeah, so no one with any... I guess the Celt bonus is okay. Lumberjacks being faster, infantry moving faster. That's always nice. So both players pushing in a deer here, but CharChar's actually stealing one. Probably thinks this group is hers, but she's actually stolen one of Valtsyuk's deer with that. So no laming, probably not deliberate laming, but does actually grab an extra deer as a result. Quite handy. As for wood lines, taking the wood line there, and a bit of a cozier wood line here for CharChar. The scout's going to fight. This will be a 50-50. CharChar gets an extra hit. Now she's going to push in again. Another deer of Valtsyuk's. That one's even reset in a nice spot. I feel like once you push this in, and become aware of your own that are kind of here, you might even just be worth bringing out 8 Vils and just milling the rest of them. Because otherwise you're going to be taking a while to bring it all in. I feel like a mill could be worth it. Of course you can just push them in until you get pressured. Which, if CharChar's not going to be under any pressure, she may as well just keep going. Now she's going to find out. Yeah, there's 5 more deer to push. I guess if there's also a chance of a double lure, that'd be nice. Nice one to try and pull off as well. Mill the berries, go take the berries quickly. Yeah, I don't mind that. That seems good. Just get it done as well. I mean, look, if she's able to push in what would be 7 deer on Socotra, that would be a very nice position to be in. Looks like I might just be man-at-arms, though. Yeah, there's the barracks. Valtsyuk won't want to lose this. Won't want to lose this scout. Doesn't run under the TC, but we'll see the barracks. There's no barracks on this side. He's going to be a little bit down on food as a result. CharChar's just going to be here and just pushing in the deer. I mean, if you're Valtsyuk now, probably consider... Can't really fight this. You are down. And takes another extra hit. CharChar should just walk away and does. He's on the way up. On the way up. Yeah, both. I think this is alright as well. See if you can push one of those in. Get out of the way. Militia on the way now. Over to gold. CharChar's position here does look quite nice, I would say. Gonna be the first one up. Gonna have a whole lot of food. And gonna be ready for the range switch as well. Militia coming forward straight away. Humble wants her to keep the scout HP. Militia's going to walk in. There is Loom. Militia needs to be careful, though. And Scout needs to be careful. Everything needs to be a little bit careful here, or else there's going to be losses. No losses. But a little bit of HP loss. Everyone still stays alive. Perhaps that extra speed came in quite handy. Small walls coming in now. Wall to the TC from 3 different directions. Just to make it harder on any crossing here. Try not to get into the eco. Man-at-Arms now in. We're going to see some repairs. Yes, we are. Slap, slap, slap away. Just tapping palisades at the moment. Not sure. I'm not the biggest fans of hitting the palisade walls. And now the archers out, because you do have that limited time before once the archers are out. Man-at-Arms kind of can't do a lot, and CharChar's archer follow-up is not quite there. It's not quite there. Oh god, that's very far apart because that is a typo, Kados. That's why they're so far apart. There's still a little bit of a gap, but they're not that far apart. That makes a bit more sense. So this is players that I would say 16 to 1700 is probably the best way to put it. That scout's still alive. So no one had really hit 1800 or like blown past 1800. But everyone here had definitely hit 1600. And everyone was... I think CharChar's maybe current ELO is a bit lower than most in the division. But Valtsyuk, I think, is the top seed as well, entering Div C. So he's quite good. And he's picking off the first archer there, which is quite nice. Does have... Or both players have got fletching. So yeah, CharChar's hit 1700. So with a... taking average of current and highest, then she would be in a position. Well, Man-at-Arm's going to get free hits there on the archers, which is quite nice. Scout's still alive for Valtsyuk, which is quite good. Of course, CharChar lost hers just before. Got to keep the TCs running now. This is the hard part. Got to get your farms down. Man-at-Arms might be in trouble here. Oh, there's a lion there being annoying. This will be the end of the Man-at-Arms. No, gets away. And all is good. All is good. All kind of even. CharChar's dropping back to the hill, which is always good. Not letting Valtsyuk get forward. But with a little bit of idle time. Actually, idle time now is caught up a bit. So, no eco kills. Everyone's kind of just chilling. No double bit axe. No double bit axe. That's needed. That's needed very soon. It's a bit of an oversight. It's hard. It's a very tight build with the Man-at-Arms. Often you don't get it straight away, but you just have to be able to remember to try and grab it as soon as you can. You have to favor it over something, right? You have to put it ahead of, say, maybe even the fletching on the archers. Even though it's not gold, but it is the food part is generally what's difficult. Because you're so tight with the food on the uptimes with this. Market coming down now for Valtsyuk. We actually get a nice little wall off here. Yeah, and there it is. That's going to complete. So it'll be completely walled just for that opening here. He's going to try and take a hill with that one skirm, couple of skirms in there. But for now, just going to tick around. And Valtsyuk selling the stone to try and click up first. And will manage to do it. I like the outpost idea. CharChar's not up that much later, 30 seconds. The Celts will be good. Their faster attacking siege will certainly counter what I imagine will be some range unit play from the Saracens. Actually, as part of the upcoming balance changes, skirms are going to get bonus damage against Mameluke. They're going to add +2 damage against Mameluke. So you'll be able to start using your skirmishers against the Mameluke now, because they are one of the hardest units to counter at the moment. I don't know if it's all skirmishers or just elite. But of course, Mameluke get pretty handy armor stats, and they are otherwise treated as, well, they're a ranged melee unit, so that's why there was no bonus damage originally, because they're not a cav archer, even though they kind of operate like one. Yeah, normal skirms don't really get any real bonuses, just against the spears there, as you can see, and archers, spears and archers. So, first one up, Valtsyuk's up now. Crossbow Bodkin, expected, and there's that double bit. You can see how late that is. Hopefully it does mean the late double bit is going to come with an early bowsaw. Actually, some archers have crept in here. And Vils in a bit of trouble. Vils are in trouble. Oh, quick gate. And there's the crossbow upgrades. CharChar's now in a little bit of strife. There's just some lingering archers around the place. Annoying that they snuck through. How did they get in? Of course, Saracen archers, they get bonus damage against buildings, which is really nice. It's +3. I thought it was +2. I guess something's up there. And crossbows are going to trade. Vil goes down. There's that forward workshop for CharChar. She wants to go aggressive on a hill. But Vils might die. They get this up, but they might die afterwards. Second TC for Valtsyuk. That's going to be nice. That should be safe. Scorpion coming out now. Scorpion good against all the ranged units. Better against the crossbow than the skirms. And that's that market that... I don't know if that's a second market. No, it's a university now. That's better. And walls don't quite complete for CharChar here. That is a juicy good line, by the way. Did not pick up on that, but it's not going to complete. The walls are not going to complete. And some more problems here. Trying to get these gates down, but again, Saracens can just tap this down so quickly. Like, if any Civ can tap them down, it's Saracens. With those crossbow and how quickly they can work. Mangonel working on the front now for CharChar, but you can see 7 Vils down. How's the micro on the crossbow and the skirms? Enough to take down the score. Mangonel roaming around the front. Again, CharChar's position. These crossbow, they're able to get some work, get some damage in. Which is very, very annoying. A couple of skirms come back. These skirms aren't elite yet. No, they're not elite. Skirms are not elite. Both players are trying to play into their crossbows more than the skirms. Trying to tell the other, no, you go skirms. I want the crossbow max. Of course, long term, Celts, well, they don't get Arb, they don't get Bracer. So I think the Saracen player will be happy to keep playing with the skirms here. With the crossbow here. Field situation's starting to become a little bit of a problem. CharChar needs to get some good engagements with her army. Like that. And is there a big hit coming here from the Mangonel? Crossbow will get away. How's the micro? How's the micro? Valtsyuk's micro looks quite nice and gets payback. Geez, these two crossbow, they're just running around the base. Eventually they go down. But CharChar does not have the next siege weapon ready to go. So this one Mangonel and a ram that's coming out as well. And a castle that's coming down. I am so bad today at checking when people are trying to save up for a castle. I am not being able to see it, but this is just going to be defensive. It should go up. There's enough fields being sent to it. In fact, pretty much the entire base is being sent to build this castle. So it will go up. A few losses will be taken along the way. You see that Eco KD, it's about to start to level up here. But the castle will go up. Saracen castle goes up. And now the Mameluke can start being created. Well, not with that gold. But eventually the Mameluke will be able to be created. Maybe get a few off wood. Go to gold. Would be a good way to go about it. Maybe sell some of that wood as well. Ram is going to push away for a little bit, but can only do so much. The next Mangonel's here now. Crossbow. Oh, that's a bit sloppy there. That one goes down. Houses across the front. We're trying to, like, extend the walls a little bit here. That feels to me like there's going to be additional walls. And CharChar, in fact, taps out after what was starting to look like a little bit of a difficult spot. And you can see the crossbow here. They were in on the base. And that was going to be a lot of dead vills there. Or just idle gold mine. She's going to have to run back. In fact, there's still some gold back in the back of the base. I'm surprised that this gold mine was overloaded the way it was. But Valtsyuk gets the win. There's 1-0 up and gets to go to his home map now, which is Four Lakes. And we'll get that going very, very soon. All right, time for CharChar to get some revenge here. We are on Four Lakes, Valtsyuk's home map. And CharChar's gone with the Huns. Huns are an interesting civ on a hybrid map because they do start with less wood, but no need to make houses, which is quite nice. I have seen some top players use this civ on this map. We saw Soxy use it in Gert by Sea, and if it's good enough for Soxy, then it's good enough for the rest of us. 2 backboards is quite nice. Ostrich are here as well. No angry ostrich like we're seeing in the Aotearoa Cup. Just your standard pushable 140 food, which is what Valtsyuk's going for at the moment. And he's gone with Khmer. Can go back and grab this one. Tap, tap. Bring him in. And 2 back-ish boars here as well. Now, we saw last map on 4 Lakes, last time on 4 Lakes, it's the woodlines. The woodlines are so awkward. And the same is happening here, where both players have got one woodline, and the secondary woodlines are just a long way away. Not close. Which is a very, very annoying thing about this map, but I guess that's maybe just a feature at this point. Sometimes you get generations where you kind of just get no woodlines as well. So, worth noting, D4 Lakes, I'm not that big on it. But it's there. It's about to hit the rank ladder. So keep an eye on that. Of course, it's going to hit the rank ladder with different water interactions. But a lot of the concepts will remain the same. And as you say, Kados, a lot about the CA being quite solid. I think they are quite solid indeed. Huns, of course, gets the cost decrease on their cav archers, which is quite nice. They could also make their knights a bit faster as well, if you wish to. And CharChar's going to have a dock up at pretty reasonable timing, just a touch slower than Khmer. But otherwise, pretty reasonable timing. 6 on wood makes a lot of sense as well. And she's bringing in the res the way I would generally consider it to be done. You go deer first, then bring in the boars, especially when there's back boars here. No need to be scared of a lane. And all is good. So yeah, all the food's been brought in on this side. With the same here, both players in fact. Going deer first, boars second. Fishing ships are on the way, and both players should be able to click up 19 or 20 vills with a bit of loom. I'm not sure on boar spawns with what Cross and what T90 does with Cross. I don't recall it being always at the back with the boars when we took and use that script for Girt by Sea. CharChar's scout ate a little bit there. The other scout's still fresh, roaming around the base. Oh, still some sheep. That's always nice. They're actually completely out of view. Oh, that is unfortunate. There you go. Couple of sheep going CharChar's way. Always nice when you get that. Valtsyuk could be up on 19. CharChar on 20. No real harm either way there. And as we saw, all to one wood line. You kind of have to. I guess you can kind of work your way out somewhere else, but it's very exposed if you want to walk to another wood line. I feel like at this point, how much has been left behind here? Fair bit's been left behind. Almost would have considered a 20th vill just to take a little bit more food from this. And the other thing I'd consider as well, probably just worth taking some straggler trees. You're not going to keep these vills on wood forever. Anyway, we got Scout being a bit of a nuisance. Barracks is up. Probably just going to be either straight scouts or straight archers from either player. Yeah, a bit more of a fan just to take some of the straggler trees, because you're not going to have all those vills on wood all the time. And actually, 3 of them may have come back as a result. There's range, there's double range. Ooh. Khmer double range opening. No need to build a barracks. That's quite nice then. And CharChar's got all the sheep in the world here as a result of stealing 2. In fact, the other 2 haven't even made it back yet. She's going to open with a stable and loses her scout. So we'll have some more pretty soon. Oh, these sheep are going to get stolen back. They're going to come back, aren't they? Could have done triple range with a commit. Of course, you can always add more ranges. And big walls coming up here for Valtsyuk. The sheep are going to make it back. CharChar's going to go to berries. I feel like this might be one of those times, and something that I don't really think of much. I guess you take the berries, but as soon as you get pressured on them, I think it's just a case of leave them and never go back. Anyway, scouts coming out. There's a galley that's just defending. Second dock is being thought about on the same pond. Valtsyuk's just got the one pond at the moment. Probably safe to actually add a galley and then add more fish behind it. I think that's a nice way to go about this. And if you CharChar here, I think you definitely just add more fishing ships. Go to about 10. I think 10's a good number. Then you can kind of get enough to add some fish traps afterwards as well. You don't have to be the most... You know, we don't need Viper Black Forest fish traps, but you get to 10, there's plenty of fish here. You want to take it a little bit quicker than you are. She'd also have a great castle age time, I feel like, with all the food. Or at the very least, can move off the sheep and can take them a touch slower. Sorry, I shouldn't say a great castle age time. The castle age time would be affected by adding more eco, but the longer term benefits will be great. You can wall your base and hold on. See, I don't like the farms. I don't like the farms when we can just be pumping them out here. Get these guys on gold. Find a second wood line or something. That's probably your second wood line. Alright. Scouts are around. Archers are around. Let's see what fun we've got happening here. Blacksmith's kind of on the front. Sort of allows for a bit of protection. Where are the archers going to go? Oh, this wall-off is not going to get in time. It's going to be denied. Archers are going to come in view, and Ville's got to run. Down he goes. CharChar's got to abandon. Scouts have to come back and help out. They will be able to help out here. That one Ville got a little bit too ambitious. He's going to go down. Lots of idols around the place. CharChar needs to keep making Villes. She's going to be able to jump on this. It's going to be a hard one to jump on. No, there is armor on the scouts, which is important. How's the engagement? Fletching in here for Valtsyuk. These scouts are kind of running around, not really fighting that much. Starting scout goes down. I think this is still going to be okay. And no, CharChar taps out. After maybe not making a lot of Villes, and decides to call it. And Valtsyuk takes the 2-0. This also felt a little bit early. I think the scouts were going to clean this up. There's only 4 archers there. Scouts were going to clean that up eventually. But the eco was a little bit idle. There were more archers coming around. So Valtsyuk definitely had the upper hand there. But not to be for CharChar. She'll have her finals playoffs coming up in the next couple of weeks. And I think for Valtsyuk, I think he may have qualified right near the top of the group. So Valtsyuk, I can reveal, actually finished 3rd in Group 1. So he will be in the 2nd bracket of finals. So playing off for essentially 5th place in Division C. And for CharChar, CharChar came 6th. Got the 1 win off 0. So she'll be playing for spots 9 through 12. So well done to both of them. That's the set done. That's their group stage complete. There's 2 more sets in this group that I need to get through.